Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some new watercolour pencils that I ordered from Jackson's, because they have, or they did have, I'm not sure if they still do have, a sale on Caran d'Ache materials. So although these say that they're Faber-Castell, as you all know, Jackson's reuse packaging. So these are actually Museum Aquarelle watercolours, the Caran d'Ache ones. So let's get some of these out of their boxes. So we've got 6 there, and oh, those 2 are joined at the hip. We have got 4 in that one, yep. And then in this last package, we've got another 6. So 16 altogether then. Let's just pop the packaging in the bin. And I'm going to be putting them in this Jackson's pencil roll. So this pencil roll, I forget, was about £7 or something. I'll put all the links below. But this has got plenty of space for the pencils, and then it's also got this pencil case on the end here to add you know, maybe a pencil sharpener, a rubber, maybe you want to add a fine liner, something like that, or even a paintbrush, little water spray bottle, something like that. But what's nice is that you can actually see the pencils through the clear section here. So that's where I'm going to be storing mine. Let us see what paper I'm going to be using. I don't think I've ever used this. I bought this a long while ago. It's the Derwent Inktense paper. Now I have the Inktense pencils, but I've never used them with this paper. I obviously forgot I'd got it, a bit like everything. As I'm gradually trying to tidy up my workspace, I'm finding that I've got all sorts of things that I'd forgotten about. However, if it works with Inktense pencils, I'm thinking that it should work quite nicely with these watercolour pencils, these Museum Aquarelle Caran d'Ache. So they have the little water brush sign on them. They say Museum Aquarelle and Caran d'Ache, and then they have a number. And this, for instance, is Crimson Aubergine number 599. So as I go through and swatch these, I will number them up, name them up, and we will do them both dry and wet on this Derwent Inktense paper. See how we go. So I am going to need some water. Let me get some water, like so. And I am going to need a brush. Let's go with my trusty Van Gogh size 8. A little bit of blotting paper maybe. So there we go. Right, let us begin. I need a pen to label them up with, and I'm going to start with this colour, which is Butternut. Butternut, number 542. Okay. So let's see what Butternut is like. There we go. And as I do them, I'm going to pop them in my pencil roll over the other side. I think I'll do them all dry and then I will wet them. So let's get them. What colour should we do next? This one, which is just called yellow, number 10. I think it's always a good idea to try and purchase things when you know there's offers on, because you can save quite a bit. This is golden yellow, number 20. There's golden yellow. Then we will go to cornelian, number 850. There weren't a huge number of colours, I have to say, to choose from, but I think there's enough. So there we have that. Then we'll move to vermilion, which is number 60. And brown ochre, number 37. This paper is, it does have some texture. It has a little bit of tooth to it. But they do come out, seem to come out quite nicely dry. What's next? Let's go for, well, it's just called brown, number 59. There we go. There is our brown. Perhaps we'll go with crimson aubergine, 599. Still got another brown here, lots of browns. What colour is this? Raw umber, 49. Okay, moving on, let's try some greens. What have we got here? This one is beryl green, 214. Oops. And we have got dark olive. Let's move down here. and that is number 249. They do feel quite smooth, and oh look, we've got some light fastness. Oh, there we go. We've got some stars that show the light fastness. I'll go through those again in a moment then. Dark phthalo green. Forgot the T in there, but never mind. That is number 719. Yeah, they're nice and creamy. Right, moving on. Genuine Cobalt Blue, 662. Oh, that's glorious. That's a real singing colour. And we've got turquoise blue. (171). Steel grey. Number 4. Two, three, four, five. 5 threes are 15. Yep, and one more to go, which is Payne's Grey. I was just thinking to myself, why have I not got an indigo or a Prussian blue? But I've got Payne's Grey here, so. Right. I'm just going to check the light fastness on all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one is 5 star. Yellow is 4 star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the golden. 5 star. 5 again for cornelian. What have we got for vermilion? 3, not quite so light fast. Then we've got brown ochre, that's 5. That's 5. Crimson, where are you? You're 3. Five for raw umber. 5 for beryl green. 5 for dark olive. We've got 4. Really? Yeah, 4 for the. Thought that one might be more light fast. Cobalt 5. And that's 5 for the turquoise. turquoise. The steel grey is 5. And 5 for Payne's grey. Okay, so that's just so that we know the light fastness. Right, I'm just going to bring them up dry for you initially. So butternut, very light fast. Yellow, pretty good. Golden yellow, very good. Cornelian. Vermilion is a 3. Brown ochre is a 5. Brown is a 5. Crimson aubergine is a 3. Raw umber is a 5. Beryl green is a 5. We've got our dark olive, which is a 5. Dark phthalo green is a 4. Our cobalt blue is 5. Turquoise is 5. Steel grey is 5. And Payne's grey is 5. So many of those are a 5. Now let's just wet one side of these and see what happens. Ooh. The Derwent Inktense pencils are ink rather than watercolour. And so I was intrigued because I don't actually have any watercolour pencils. But these are re-wetting really nicely. And the colours are really lovely. I'm going to see if I can mix some colours in a minute. But first of all, oh, Cornelian comes to life as soon as you wet it. That is lovely. I'm not getting, you know, sometimes you get those marks and you can see that it was a pencil. I have to say these are coming out really quite nicely. You can't really tell. Maybe you will on some colours more than others. Oh yeah, you can a little bit. Oh, I don't know, if you keep working, that's really not too bad. Maybe this paper is worth it. Let's go with our brown. Oh, I'm actually really quite impressed. However, I'm not sure if it's the paper or the watercolour pencils. Perhaps I need to try different paper as well. But so far, this Derwent Inktense pad is working beautifully. Oh, dark olive looks like it's lovely. I mean, they are really quite different once you wet them down. Quite stunning, in fact. Beautiful colours. Even that dark phthalo green, you can't see the pencil marks underneath. I will obviously bring these up for you to see better. I love that cobalt genuine blue. That's lovely. Still grey. Oh, I don't know, maybe if I keep going. Oh, there we go. I was going to say I'm seeing some pencil marks, but you just have to keep going. Wow. Look, let me bring these up for you to see. Can you see how you can't see? That's butternut. You can't see the pencil marks underneath once you've wet them. Wow. I think I probably, dare I say, I think I might prefer these to the Inktense pencils. Mainly because you're not getting the pencil marks underneath. It's as if you've used watercolour, look. I mean, that's really quite impressive. Still grey was a little bit harder to do, but the rest have been really quite easy to do. Now let me see if I can find my there it is. That's what I wanted, this. And I'm going to try mixing a couple of colours, and we'll just put them down here. So let's see what happens if we mix this dark phthalo green with one of the yellows or even the cornelian. So dark phthalo green. So I've popped dark phthalo green on there. Let's mix it with the yellow. Oops. And we'll mix it with the, let's see what happens when we mix it with the cornelian. Do we get a nice, nope, that's vermilion. There's cornelian, there you are. Maybe we'll get a nice brown, I don't know. But that should get us a fresher green. There we go. Actually, dark phthalo and the yellow gets us the dark olive, more or less. So maybe not necessary to do that. This is the phthalo with the cornelian. Wow. Well, that actually gives us a darker green, doesn't it? Let's mix our red and blue and see what we get. Ooh. What does that remind me of? Potter's pinkish? Maybe a little bit. What else should we have a go at mixing? Let's have a go with our vermilion and butternut and see what we get with that. Ooh, wow. There we go. That's our vermilion and butternut. And maybe let's see what happens if we mix our Payne's Grey and blue, cobalt blue. Can I get like almost an indigo with that? I don't know. By making it a bit bluer, let's see what happens. No, we just get a very different grey. Oh, but it's very nice. There we go, we get a different grey. Let's try the turquoise with the Payne's Grey then. No, well, we've got a darker turquoise. Might need to play a little bit more, but obviously if you've got one of these Caran d'Ache, I can't remember what it was called, but I have listed this before on a previous video where I did the Inktense pencils. But if you've got one of these, then you know these are great fun to just mix other colours, so you don't necessarily need every single watercolour pencil if you can do a lot of mixing. So yeah, I'm hoping that with a bit more playing this will give me plenty of colours, and I think watercolour pencils are great for, a bit like the Inktense pencils, great for when you're out and about really, more than anything else. So I am going to just pop these back in here and I will show you them in this pencil roll and how you can kind of see your colours through that clear section of this. So there we go, let's just roll you up. And there you go, you can see what it is that you've got. And you can go, oh yes, I know, they're my Caran d'Ache Museum Aquarelle watercolours. So I think that's why this particular pencil roll is quite useful. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that as the beginnings of another little takeout kit, because I do like to chop and change the kits that I take out and about with me, otherwise it gets quite boring. So there we go then, a final quick run through, and I would have to say that this paper is really good for these particular watercolour pencils. It obviously is made for Inktense pencils, as you can see there. But possibly worthwhile because of the fact that you don't get the pencil marks so much. And if I bring it up close, you can see it does have a bit of texture to it. Does it say what it is? Cold pressed, 100% cotton, 300 GSM. There you go. So yes, that might be something that something else that you're interested in purchasing if you use a lot of Inktense pencils or watercolor pencils. This could be the one for you. So there we go. See you again next time. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and subscribe, hit that notice bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.